So welcome to a new YouTube video. I know I promised you guys that I would be doing a YouTube video at least 3 times a week, but that has not happened. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I do plan to do at least a video or 2 a week. Maybe I can't promise you that because unfortunately, there are days that I don't feel like doing absolutely nothing and I want to hide away from the world. It's kind of a depression state and things that happen in my life that I just want to run away and hide. And sometimes I just have no motivation to even sit down or film or to like even do anything. Just put it that way. So today I decided to do a YouTube video for you guys, and I want to talk about the Darth Vader comic and the Darth Maul comics. We're also going to touch on The Last Jedi trailer, which seems to be coming out really soon. And also about Ron Howard being the new director for Han Solo, which I think was pretty awesome, I'm not going to lie. And besides that, Battlefront 2. So, I'm going to start with the Darth Maul comic. This is issue 4. This came out about 2 weeks ago. The first issue was very weird to me. Like, it was good, but he was complaining too much and he whined too much. So Cad Bane and Aurra Sing go alongside of Darth Maul, and they actually set on this mission to capture the Padawan. And Darth Maul is not allowed to reveal himself as a Sith. If the Emperor would find out, he would probably be in real big shit. Just put it that way. So the Emperor told him basically, you have to not let yourself be revealed to the Jedis. You have to basically not make a show or a scene. You have to have patience. But Darth Maul, as Darth Maul is, he has no patience. He just thrives for revenge at all fucking times. We all know this. So he goes off to capture the Padawan, and yeah. So what happens as the story prolongs and ends at issue 4 is that he finally has captured the Padawan. There's a whole thing going on, but he has second thoughts about this Padawan where he even questions himself. And it kind of leads into the way that Darth Maul was portrayed at the end of season 3 in Rebels, where not even throughout season 3 in Rebels, you had mixed emotions with Darth Maul because there was moments where you thought that he was really being like, he had feelings, and like at some point there was even a moment where I felt like he felt compassion, and that was very unlike Darth Maul. So kind of gives away some type of feeling to Darth Maul that makes him feel that he is more sentient than what it seemed prior to this, prior to Rebels and prior to the comic. I love his character because of what he represents. He's very he's not patient. And in a way, it kind of resembles me because I am not patient at all. Like, at all. So yeah, the comic book is really good. I think my favorite issue was issue 4, which came out 2 weeks ago. And if you guys are into comics, these comics are canon. So in the Darth Vader comic, which was by far right now, I think it's my best comic book to read. Because even though it just started, this is like issue 2 on the comic book. Issue 1 was extremely awesome. When I first read the issue 1 of Darth Vader, I was so pretty happy and excited for it because it was so good. Especially because this is like 3 minutes after Revenge of the Sith. I would even say it's like you're reading through it and you're like, holy shit, you're really going through like that moment all over again. And he realizes, that Padme is dead, and his anger just fuels him, and he basically uses the Force on the Emperor, and the Emperor stops him and tells him not to do that again because he would kill him, unlike Obi-Wan, who, didn't do it. So I was like, holy F, the Emperor is like no joke. I mean, I've known he's no joke, obviously. That guy is the most evil genius there ever is, that exists ever. I won't lie, I would love to have gotten into Chancellor Palpatine's mind, because that guy had a backup plan for a backup plan, and he foresaw the future, and he was just 10 steps ahead of everyone. And to me, he is pure genius. That guy is pure genius. So Darth Vader goes on a quest because the Emperor sends him off to basically construct his lightsaber. And the difference between the Jedi and the Sith is that the Jedis are given their lightsaber, and the Sith have to take it from a Jedi. And the coolest part about this, which a lot of people probably are disappointed because it kind of changed the the way that you would turn a saber red prior. Now you have to instill your pain and your pain into the crystal and make it bleed. So to me, in my opinion, that was super intense, super deep, I won't lie, because you're using your pain and your heartfelt pain at the same time, that anger of that pain, and you're instilling it in a kyber crystal to turn the crystal red, to bleed red. That to me was pretty freaking awesome, I won't even lie. Obviously, what he needs to take from the Jedis to construct the saber is not the actual lightsaber itself, is the kyber crystal. So he needs to actually go out on a voyage or an adventure or whatever you want to call it, a mission to find a kyber crystal from a Jedi, take it from them, and then he will have to construct his lightsaber and use that crystal to instill his pain into it and make it red. So in issue 2, because that's basically what happens in issue 1, that's basically what they're telling you what has to happen. So the Emperor sends him off to find a Jedi where he can take a kyber crystal from. So in issue 2, it is mentioned that he's on this quest to find a Jedi where he can take his kyber crystal from. So he finds himself with clones, which was, I was like, whoa, clones! I love clones, by the way. I love clones. So I was like, whoa, clones. These clones were like, oh, I thought the Jedis were dead. They all, basically died in Order 66. So how come this Jedi is appearing now? Like, they thought from the scanners he was on the way to that planet, and he ends up going there. These clones are like freaking out because apparently, according to them, the Jedis had disappeared. But obviously, Darth Vader is not a Jedi. So they tried him, they kind of fought with him, and what Vader was after was the Barrage code. Basically, there were Jedis who pledged to this code, and they went and exiled themselves. So prior to Order 66, there was a purge, and even probably during Order 66, there was a purge of a code, what that was named Barrage, and Jedis exiled themselves, and they basically disappeared. So he wants to know in the records what Jedis used that Barrage, and see if he can, I guess, find one of them to confront, fight, kill, and take a kyber crystal. So he does find the Jedi, and this Jedi will be in the next comic, which is issue number 3, which comes out in about a week and a half, I'm gonna say. July, not the first week, the second week of July, second Wednesday of July. And yeah, I'm super excited for that because the storyline of Darth Vader is actually pretty interesting. The clones, it also touched on the clones, on what happens to the clones. The clones, they got their facility shut down. The Emperor basically said, shut down Kamino, we don't need any more reproduction of clones. So that's what happens to the clones. That's why we hear actually no mentions of them, but I guess, then it's very possible that Kamino still has the facility, and if they wanted to continue creating clones, it was probably possible because Kylo Ren does mention in The Force Awakens the use of clones, so that's very possible. So with that said, I suggest you guys to pick up Darth Vader for sure. Darth Maul, if you love Darth Maul, it's a good read. It gives you a background story to Darth Maul aside from the stories that you see on Rebels, or that you saw on Rebels, because as you all know, he met his fate with Obi-Wan, and yeah, rest in peace, Darth Maul. Anyways, now we're going to talk about The Last Jedi. It is mentioned that it's very possible that the Last Jedi trailer another trailer, the second trailer, is going to release at D23. It's not going to be in San Diego Comic-Con because that's not really the con for Star Wars. D23 is a Disney con, so it is very highly likely that the trailer might release for D23, which is, I believe, the weekend, not the second week, or maybe the second week. I think it's the second week of July and not the third. But yeah, D23 is probably the next Jedi, the Last Jedi trailer for you guys. So I will keep you guys posted, as always, on my Instagram. I always do. I always post almost everything that I'm on top of when it comes to Star Wars, so you guys will know more or less if that is actually going to happen. But I have a really high suspicion that the Last Jedi trailer will air D23. And then talking about movies, the Han Solo film has had so many issues in the past 2 weeks and a half, I'm going to say, with the whole directors basically being fired, and then Ron Howard being hired, and then having mentions of the actor who is playing Han Solo also having problems portraying Han Solo, which in my opinion, he doesn't even look like Han Solo, and I don't think he has even the vibe of Han Solo. That's just me. But then again, in acting, you can probably pull it off. I just think that he doesn't have the Han Solo in him. My opinion only, Harrison Ford is Han Solo. I'm going to put it over there. Harrison Ford is Han Solo. It's very hard to portray the sarcastic, witty kind of humor that's kind of funny, but at the same time it's not. It's kind of weird humor that Han Solo has. It's very hard for someone to play Han Solo. To me, only Harrison Ford can do something like that. Harrison Ford, hands down, is the only Han Solo, and I think it's going to be something really hard for someone else to portray, because Han Solo is a special character that only Harrison Ford can do. Harrison Ford is Han Solo, guys. So I see that it's very hard for someone to take that role, especially because Han Solo is viewed in so many different ways, just because everyone portrays him in a different way. Because of his humor, not everybody sees Han Solo the same way. I see him as a witty, sarcastic, but he has this thing to him that just draws you in. So yeah, not everybody sees him as a witty, sarcastic kind of sense of humor. Some people think he's funny. I think that he's funny, but in a weird way. Everybody has a different way of viewing Han Solo, and I just think that the actor who is portraying Han Solo doesn't fit the role, just my opinion. I do think that Kathleen Kennedy did a good decision by firing the 2 directors. These 2 directors have been known to do comedies, and the rumor is that they were turning the Han Solo film into a comedy when it should not be a comedy. Han Solo has a weird humor, and it's not supposed to be comedy. And Ron Howard took now the ropes to the film, and there's still going issues because of the actor. So I completely agree with Kathleen Kennedy removing the directors. I believe that the Han Solo film should not be a comedy. And as good as these directors are, Han Solo is not a funny movie. So with that said, those are my thoughts on the Han Solo film. And pretty much, yeah. Other than that, we're going to talk about Battlefront 2. I am super stoked about Battlefront. You guys, I have an Xbox One. I don't have a PS4. For those of you who always ask me if I have a PS4, I don't have an Xbox One. I have pre-ordered the game for Xbox One, so you guys know. I do have my Xbox gamer tag on my Instagram bio, so you guys want to add me, you can. I'm so excited for Battlefront 2. I've been playing Battlefront 1 almost like every night for the past 2 weeks, and I'm just practicing my skills, so by the time that Battlefront 2 comes out, I'm ready to go. So actually, I like Battlefront 1. Before I get to Battlefront 2, I like Battlefront 1. It just sucked it didn't have a campaign mode, because I love campaign modes. Me personally, I love campaign modes. But I love playing multiplayer. I love playing multiplayer. But it just sucks that the spawning for Battlefront 1 kind of sucks. Sometimes you're like in the middle of mayhem and you spawn and you die. or you spawn right in the middle where Darth Vader appears and you're a rebel and you're like, oh, I'm dead. Stuff like that. The spawning kind of sucks. Sometimes it's just like you walk out and you're dead. It doesn't give you time to do anything. It's a matter of getting used to the maps and stuff, but still. But I like playing multiplayer and I enjoy it a lot. So we're going to talk about Battlefront 2. I am so excited for Battlefront 2, you guys. You don't even know. I am super, super, super stoked. I love that it has a campaign mode. I love the idea of the Inferno Squad. I think that they look excellent. The trailer is super awesome. I love how the main character, which is a female, she is watching out into the open and you see the actual Death Star explode. And she wants to avenge the Emperor and have the role where you play the good guy. And in this case, you're going to be playing the bad guy. So you're going to get a different perspective, a different feel, in my opinion. And I think that's fucking awesome. I really don't like being the good guys all the time. I want to be the bad guys. I personally in Battlefront 1, when I play so much better as in the Empire than the Rebels. I don't like playing as a Rebel. As a matter of fact, the Rebels, all they have are their vehicles are ships, and that's about it. But when it comes to the Empire, you have the AT-ATs, you have the ATSTs, you have like a whole different better ways to attack the Rebels. The Rebels just have ships. Just to be fair. They kind of suck. So, Battlefront 2, guys, there's a book coming out. I think it's July 22nd. It's the Inferno Squad book that's also going to be linked into, it's going to drag into the game. So the game is canon, the campaign mode is canon, the multiplayer version of the game is not, because obviously you cannot play Rey in the prequels, because Rey doesn't exist in the prequels. So the multiplayer is not canon, the campaign mode is, and I just think it's awesome. I love the whole idea of the Sentinels and seeing the Emperor kind of have some type of magic in there. I can't wait for the game. Hands down, I cannot wait for the game. I am like literally waiting on that shit like wet on rice, which is why I'm playing Battlefront 1, you guys. So basically, yeah. I think there's nothing else that I can talk about today because I just rambled a lot of stuff. I wanted to give you guys a video to watch. So yeah, this will conclude my video. I know that's a lot of rambling, talking about different things here and there, but I wanted to give you guys a video. And I promise I will try to post a video at least once a week if I can, or maybe twice. And if I'm in a good week, maybe 3. I don't know, but I can't promise you anything because I do go through my moments I don't want to do anything. But other than that, so yeah, this is from Poprageous if you guys are interested. But yeah, other than that, I think I will try to post a video next week if I can. I don't know if I could, but I'm gonna try. Well, actually no, next week I'll be in Orlando. I'm going back to Pandora because I fell in love with Pandora. That's another mention that I want to do. I can only imagine what they have planned for Star Wars Land, because what they did with Pandora and the Pandora Avatar's Flight of Passage was mind-blowing. Honestly, mind-blowing. I could not believe what I was experiencing at that moment. You're like in a real, like it's like a virtual world in 4D, but you're actually submerged into the world. It's like immersive and it's just mind-blowing. If you guys have not been to Pandora, go to Pandora because you guys will love it. That only puts my expectations so high for what they have for Star Wars Land. And I'm pretty sure that the Millennium Falcon ride is probably going to be very similar to the Avatar Flight of Passage in Animal Kingdom. So yes, with that said, I want to thank you guys for supporting me, for loving me, for always being there for me, for sending me your awesome comments, and sometimes you guys send me uplifting ones because you guys know that sometimes I don't feel 100%. So with that said, I'm going to end this video and may you guys have a great week, month, in case I don't post. I'm gonna try. But yeah, may the force be with you, and I will see you in my next video. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe and to like this video. Okay, bye-bye.